This is my review of the movie M3gan. Now, the movie M3gan is basically about a doll, an animatronic doll that that is given to a child. Now, in this movie, we start off with a little girl called Katie, and we see her parents dying in a car accident, and she's now living with her aunt. Now her aunt Gemma is kind of a robotics engineer or something in this movie. Basically, she's working with a team of people to create a doll to sell to the masses. They make a lot of toys, but this is a prototype of a doll that's as big as a little girl called M3gan. Now in the movie, you see Katie's really sad most of the time because of what happened to her parents. So her aunt decides to give her the doll as a trial run to see how it affects her and if it can help her improve her mood and all. Now, this is an interesting movie because basically we are kind of heading into a future like this where we have robots living in our homes helping us out. This is kind of a sample of that. So yeah, we see M3gan and Katie interacting with each other in the movie, and they play together. M3gan tells her stories, sings to her, and things like that. And in the beginning, for the most part, it's good. Katie starts improving. She's a little more happier now. She feels like she has a friend of her own, and all's going well. But then M3gan starts taking things a little too seriously, like threats to Katie. When a boy is mean to her, or there's a lady next door that's causing problems, M3gan decides to go to the extreme of getting rid of them by killing them. Now, she does this very coldly, and nobody realizes at first, but then Gemma's aunt starts noticing it, and then M3gan starts talking back to her in a weird way. Since robots weren't supposed to talk like that, she starts talking back in a bit of a passive-aggressive way. And Gemma gets concerned about what's happened, and she decides to take M3gan back. Now, Katie isn't happy about this, but there's no really choice in the matter. And then I think they're about to unveil this new robotics tech of M3gan to the world of the company, and so they're testing M3gan, the doll that Katie was using, in a lab, and it suddenly managed to come to life again, and starts going after all the people in the building and starts killing everyone. And then it comes back to get Katie because it feels possessive of Katie and wants her all to herself. And then the doll tries to kill Gemma because she feels like Gemma's getting in the way of that, which is a realistic possibility if you think about it. I mean, if you train robots to behave like humans, after a point they might start doing that, and they're stronger than humans, so this is a realistic situation in theory. So yeah, and M3gan tries to kill Gemma, and then after a bit of fighting in the house, Katie walks in and realizes what's happening, and then she uses a prototype robot that people control with their using gloves, and she starts fighting M3gan, and then eventually they manage to stop and kill M3gan, if you can actually kill a robot in theory. And yeah, so the movie ends with M3gan being dismantled and Katie and Gemma dealing with the aftermath. Now, this is a good movie because this is a futuristic movie. It's something that's very realistic, that's very likely to happen somewhere along the line, since we're already thinking about having helper robots, and the companies are already working on creating robots to help in the household and all that. And it's very easy for one of them to go too far. So yeah, and apparently there's gonna be a sequel to this movie. I'm not sure how they're gonna make a sequel to the movie, since they destroyed M3gan. I mean, sure, her AI could still be alive, but why would they make another M3gan and take the risk? I don't know, but that's something to see in the next movie. But anyway, this is a good movie, and the key takeaway from this movie is how scary robots can be. And they make a point in this movie to show M3gan in a twisted light. I mean, she looks like a little girl, but it has a dark edge to it. Yeah. So that's my review of the M3gan movie.